Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today, I will continue for another type of prepaid expenses that is expired due to usage. For this kind of prepaid expenses, it is usually used for supplies account. So now, we'll look at to these illustrations. For the cash payment transactions, the company could record either as an asset or expense. So, for the journal entry, it will be debit assets or expense and credit as cash or bank account. So by recording this transaction, it will reflect the account appeared at the trial balance either as an asset or expense. So the adjustment should be made to find the actual expense for supplies. There are two methods how you want to record. It depends how we record during the transaction. The first method is we record as debit supplies expense, credit supplies, or second, debit supplies, credit supplies expense. Now, we look at for the first example. Pioneer Advertising purchased supplies costing Rm2,500 on 5th October 2020. Pioneer recorded the payment by debiting the asset supplies. An inventory count at the close of business on 3rd December reveals that Rm1000 of supplies are still on hand. Show the journal entry to record the adjustment. As the question stated that the purchase of supplies was recorded as an asset, and this account will appear at the trial balance as an asset, that is supplies accounts debits Rm2,500. So, what we're going now is we need to find the actual expense for supplies during the adjustment. As the question stated, the company purchased Rm2,500 for supplies. During the transaction on 5th October, Pioneer recorded as an asset of supplies account. So, the account with the amount will be shown at the trial balance as at 31st December 2020. Adjustment should be made on 31st December as the question stated balance of supply is Rm1000. Means that the rest amount has been used. The amount which has been used will be recorded as an expense for adjustments. So, supplies account is Rm2,500 minus Rm1000 and it will be supplies expense Rm1500. So, how you want to generalize to record these adjustments? So, the journal entry is on 31st December to record the adjustments. First, we need to recognize expense. So, as we notice expense is debit, so we place the supply expense at debit side Rm1500. Meanwhile, at the credit side, we will record supplies accounts. Means that supplies account will be reduced by Rm1500 and this amount will be shown at the current assets at the balance sheet. So now, let me try for another example. We still use the same example, but for this time, to record the purchase of supply, we will use supplies expense. So, at the trial balance, the record will be appeared as supplies expense debit Rm2500. So, what we're going now is to find how much the asset should be recorded during the adjustment. As the question stated, the company purchased Rm2500 for supplies. During the transaction on 5th October, Pioneer recorded as the supplies expense. So, the account with the amount will be shown at the trial balance as at 31st December 2020. Adjustment should be made on 31st December as the question stated the supplies has been used is 1,500 ringgit. Means that the actual expense is Rm1500. What happened to RM1000 of supply which has not been used during the current year? Yes, we need to bring forward this figure for the next accounting period as supplies accounts. So, how we want to generalize? First, we need to recognize asset that is supplies. Since asset is debit, we place supplies account at the debit side, while at the credit side, we will record for the supplies expense RM1000 ringgits. Means that we just made adjustments for supplies expense will be reduced by RM1000, and this figure will be shown at the income statement for expenses. That's all for today. Thank you.